The DGIT Monthly is brought to you by Minimal Cases, the incredibly super thin cases that protect your phone, even if you forget it's actually there. Check out minimalcase.com, that's MNMLcase.com today, and we thank them for sponsoring this podcast. Good morning, Digit fam. Adam Dowd here, wrapping up another month of awesome nerditude with my best friends, and that's you, boo. And due to a quirk in scheduling, this podcast is going out to our newsletter readers as well, so I'd like to bid a hearty hello to the new ears that may be listening. Pull up a chair and enjoy the show. It's a long holiday weekend, and by the way, programming note, we're off on Monday due to the American holiday, even though like 90% of our workforce is located outside of the US. Like, seriously, I think I'm the only one located in the States, and that only just now occurred to me. Huh. Anyway, it is August 2019, and this is the month that was. So our top story for August is, well, actually the first 2 weeks of September. We had some really awesome things happen in the last month of summer vacation, but now that I have my house back, we look forward to what's to come, and what's to come starts very soon with the impending announcement of the iPhone Pros, the next iPhones. We expect to see a trio of new iPhones to replace the trio of iPhones we saw last year. What we don't know is what those phones will be. One iPhone and two Pros, two iPhones and one Pro. Whatever the case may be, all three of them will definitely have ugly as hell camera bumps on the back. Also coming in September is a gaggle of phones, including the Huawei Mate 30 in China and probably only in China, the OnePlus 7T, which is basically going to be the OnePlus 7 with an extra T in the name. We'll also see new offerings from Motorola, LG, Nokia, TCL, and a little phone called the Galaxy Fold. Camera sensors are going to be huge next month. Like physically huge. There's the aforementioned iPhone bump. Nokia's got something cooking with the circle of lenses on the Nokia 7.2. Plus, with the Mate 30 set to release, we wonder if the Mate will build on the P30 Pro with the periscope lens and RYYB camera sensor. With the Pixel 4 expected in early October, we're going to be talking about cameras a lot over the next month or so. Finally, this month saw the release of two fairly significant devices, the Note 10 and the Fairphone 3, and you might be wondering how I can put both of those phones in the same sentence, let alone the same podcast. Well, when you think about it, both of these phones are driving conversations this month. Samsung controversially dropped the headphone jack and also put a 1080p screen on its flagship of flagships. Meanwhile, the Fairphone is bringing more conversation than ever to the idea of ethically sourced mobile tech. People are talking about this phone and its modularity and the freedom to repair philosophy. They're both certainly on different sides of the spectrum. They honestly couldn't be more different. But they are two phones, and indeed two pieces of mobile tech, that we are all talking about this month. So now that we've looked forward and looked back, let's focus in on a few of the stories that we talked about this month in our Roundup! We started off the month with another significant device from Samsung, the Galaxy Tab S6, which is about the only tablet you can recommend for anyone not built by Apple. This tablet has all the specs you'd want and includes an S Pen, which sticks magnetically to the back of the tablet. It's honestly not the best arrangement for the pen, to be honest, but using a stylus on a tablet is about the best use case there is. Plus, Samsung DeX is pretty badass on this device. On August 7th, we got some pretty great news. Disney will be bundling Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu for just $12.99 per month, which is a great price considering the oodles of content that comes along with those services. Netflix? Your days are numbered, bruh, because Disney is not messing around. Meanwhile, later in the month, Apple announced that Apple TV Plus will launch with 5 shows. 5 whole shows? For $9.99 per month. No, Apple was not kidding, and yes, many people will still sign up for this ridiculous service. August 8th saw the release of the aforementioned Samsung Galaxy Note 10, and while the phone is overall impressive, many tech reviewers have come away very impressed with the Note 10 Plus, not so much the Note 10, but we've already talked about the Note 10, so we'll move on. On August 13th, we saw WordPress buy Tumblr for pennies compared to what it used to be worth. Tumblr, the microblogging site, getting sold to WordPress, the blogging site, makes a lot of sense, and we're hoping that WordPress can capture some of that magic again, even if the site will still be safe for work. And on August 21st, we got us a new Keanu Reeves throwback. Not only is Keanu working on Bill and Ted 3, he'll also be working on The Matrix 4, reprising his role as the slightly less dead than at the end of Matrix 3, Neo. Unless, of course, Neo is still dead, in which case, that'll be a nice check for not a lot of work. Man, The Matrix is weird. And the following day, on August 22nd, we got word of the big Android rebrand. Android Q is now going to be Android 10. Gone are the desserts and the bottom half of the robot's body. Whether or not this is for better or worse is still up for some debate. Personally, I think Android loses a bit of its playfulness with this change, but I understand why Google is doing it. I guess we're just decapitating robots now. We closed out the month with a major set of exploits that compromised many iPhone users with passive bugs that sat on websites and gained access to phones who visited those sites. The fallout is still yet to be determined, but these were not minor bugs. These were data-grabbing exploits that may have government backing. Yikes. And finally, we would have closed out the month with that last story, except on Saturday the 31st, Huawei announced that it'll be announcing something big the next day, on Sunday, September 1st. Okay, we'll see what the big announcement is later today, and we'll probably talk about it on Tuesday. And now let's talk about the events that are coming up in September. First off, we'll see IFA, basically the CES of Europe in Berlin from September 6th through the 11th, and on September 7th, we'll see the opening of Razer's largest ever store in Las Vegas. On September 10th, we'll see Apple's new phones, and on September 25th and 26th, we'll see Oculus Connect in San Jose, and the following 3 days, we'll see TwitchCon in San Diego. That could be an epic month ahead. I'm personally looking forward to the Oculus news. So that's going to do it for this month in review. If you'd like to learn more about any of these stories, check out the links in the show notes and subscribe to our daily newsletter on Digit.com. And if you like what you heard, subscribe, leave a review, and don't forget to tell your friends about DigitDailyPod.com. Once again, I'm Adam Dowd, Dead Technology on Twitter, and we'll talk again on Tuesday.